We all enjoy well-written comeback stories, and for the Cars franchise, it was about to beat it. It was perfection in imperfection. What I mean by that is there was a clear top two best movies in the trilogy, and one that fallen. I don't want to use this word, but fell off in general. But so I'm gonna go into detail with the storyline. No, not in detail, but general idea of the storyline and what made the second movie so destructive to the fan base and so impactful to me as a watcher when I was a kid. So let's begin with the first movie. So beginning part of it is we get to see Lightning McQueen character in depth. So we have the insane mentality of saying, "I am speed. I am speed." That's how he, of course, works towards becoming the best racer, which is a negative and positive side to his character because, of course, the negative side is what makes the character grow better, but negative side, of course, is ego, his idea that everyone else is under him, no one really matters except for him. But his positive side is he is like an amazing athlete in terms of course, the Cars franchise, but he is one of the best. He can prove himself. But what really changed his character was meeting with his friends at the town. I don't remember the exact names of each of the places and characters, but you can already get an idea because you watched it. But I hope so. But in general, the connections made there is what made him more humble. He was kind of racist at the beginning because based on certain car designs, he kind of misjudged them, which is insane for a children's movie, but sometimes the borders cross between children and adult. But in general, he humbled himself. He learned the ways of Doc Houston. I think he's an iconic character, so of course I know his name. But he remembered, of course, his injury in the past that kind of caused him to stop racing Doc Houston himself. But so I think they connected together. They had a good relationship, and which made Lightning McQueen think of actually what it means to be a racer, what it means to be a car in general, a human in general, what it means to be in a place where he can freely help other people, he can freely allow other people to be happy, and general, just something like that. You get what I mean? But the second movie, however, I'm gonna skip the second movie and then go to the third movie because there's gonna be a lot of yapping with the second movie. But third movie was a amazing conclusion, and I don't consider the second movie at all as a part of the trilogy at all. And of course, trilogy is 3 movies, but I don't care. So in terms of the third movie, it was like a passing of torch. So of course he was a racer in the first movie, but then as new technology advances and new car designs are there, the old car designs and cars in general are getting left behind, getting left in the dust, pretty much. And Lightning McQueen has this mentality that no matter what, he's gonna keep pushing himself. The technology is not gonna prevent him from becoming the best racer. But then he eventually realizes that he's getting older. Of course, as people, when we get older, we become less athletic, less experienced, less skilled. I mean, because you get more experience, but experience is only limited amount of success that you can get from it. But in general, he learned that there's a different type of field that he can work with in terms of his friend that his friend that he made during his racing tour, because he had to he wanted to practice. So if a good fan, a huge fanboy kind of forced him to be in such a situation, and then you get a trainer, and then so forth, what happens afterwards. But he understood that coaching is what he needs to do. It's eventually he has to retire because he's getting older. He needs to help the next generation, guide them into a better future, and which is, of course, he did. But now we're going to the second movie, which is let's just say it doesn't exist in my mind. Let's just say that it's a spy kind of movie, a spy car movie where we're talking about Mission Impossible style, where we have like this general plot line of exploding gasoline and monopoly over gasoline by a corrupt individual, corrupt car, and they're using that as advantage over other gasoline companies and using it to as a blackmail technique for getting more money, of course. But I have no idea what this has to do with racing, but it is what it is. So you have a spy car, which is pretty cool, but I guess that's the only cool part of the action movie, and I can't force myself to like that. I don't know. There's so much general blobbing or like unnecessary information and of clips and stuff like that. So I can't deal with it. But in general, I think the tweet is reasonable because the first movie was actually like insanely good. It's a Hall of Fame type of movie, and so that's all. I'm gonna be reviewing other Pixar movies later on, and other characters, everything like that. I just want to have some fun and do some different things. I appreciate all the support. Thank you. Take care. Have a great day. Bye bye.